Please subscribe my channel for having a proper knowledge in accounts, to fill up the gaps of your misconceptions and to fill up the lacunas of your knowledge, so that you can work out your sums alone without taking help of any private teaching or private tutors. Today's topic is rectification of errors. The students, they are getting lot of problems for passing rectification entries, and first of all you must understand that why rectification of error these entries are required to be passed. First of all, if the academician or the accountant, if do not have proper knowledge of accounts, then they can commit mistake in passing entries. And number two, for getting true and correct view of the profit and loss account and balance sheet, errors should be rectified in the preparation of final account. Rectification of errors is done in 3 stages: stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. Under stage 1 we say before preparation of trial balance, that is the transactions just occurred and from the transactions the journal entries are passed, ledger accounts also prepared, but from the ledger account the balances have not been put into the trial balance and trial balance has not been prepared. Second stage, after preparation of trial balance, that is after posting from the ledger accounts the balances, we have already prepared the trial balance, and if there is any error in the trial balance, in that case trial balance, in case of one-sided error, will not tally, but in case of double-sided error, it may tally, because some errors there may be in accountancy that still trial balance may agree, like error of omission, error of commission, compensating error, error of principal, error of misposting, etc. And in case of third stage, that is after preparation of final account, here the errors should be rectified to get the true profit and loss in the trading or PL account and to get the true and fair view of the balance sheet. And here in case of nominal accounts, the error should be rectified through profit and loss adjustment account. Now in every stages, in stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3, there are 2 types of errors. Number 1, single-sided error, and number 2, double-sided error. Here also single-sided error, double-sided error, single-sided error and double-sided error. Now we will have to understand the errors how are rectified by stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3, in every stage separately. Now suppose stage 1. Stage 1, before preparation of trial balance. Under this single-sided error, single-sided error. Here, as the trial balance has not been prepared, the question of suspense account does not arise. In case of single-sided error, suppose example I am giving. Number 1, sales account casts short by rupees 1000. If the sales account is casting short, in case of sales account, we know the nature of balance of account is credit, therefore sales account should be credited again by rupees 1000. But what account will be debited? What account will be debited? What account will be debited? This is the question. And here you will have to understand, since trial balance has not been prepared, we cannot pass a suitable journal entry. Therefore, we will have to write down the answer. Answer will be sales account will be credited by rupees 1000. This should be the correct answer. Now the question is how ledger posting should be done. You will have to prepare a sales account, and how it will be ledger posted, because sales account will be credited by error. By error rupees 1000 you can write, or you can write down by rectification. Rectification. This is the ledger posting. Now, second example I am giving you. Second example, that goods sold to Mr. X, sold to Mr. X for rupees 500, but wrongly Mr. X account was credited. Mr. X account was credited by rupees 50. Mr. X account was credited by rupees 50. That is, if the goods are sold, the journal entry should have been Mr. X account debit to sales. Mr. X account should be debited by rupees 500 to sales. But wrongly what has been done? Mr. X account has been credited by rupees 50. Therefore, Mr. X account should be debited first of all to make the right entry 500, and to eliminate that 50 rupees was credited by mistake. Therefore, Mr. X account should be debited by rupees 550. And now again you have to write down a statement only. Mr. X account will be debited by rupees 550. Just the statement you can write, but if you do the ledger account, then what will be? Mr. X account you will have to make Mr. X account to sales account 550 you can write, and already the mistake we did that by sales account 50. This is the error. The mistake was done. Mr. X account was already credited by 50. Now Mr. X account will be debited by 550. Now another example I am giving. Here also suitable entry we cannot pass, therefore suspense account we cannot write. Another example I am giving, number 3. Example number 3. That suppose return inward book was recorded by rupees 1000 in place of rupees 1500. The nature of balance of return inward book is debit balance. Return inward book was recorded by rupees 1000 in place of 1500. That is 500 is short. The return inward book account should be debited again by rupees 500. Return inward account should be debited by rupees 500. This should be answer. You will have to write down by sentence only that return inward book will be debited by rupees 500. This is the rectification entry. And if you pass the ledger account, return inward account, then what will be ledger posting? To debtors account, already 1000 is done, and again to debtors account you will have to write down 500. This is error. You will have to write. Clear? Now, double-sided error before preparation of trial balance. Under stage 1, double-sided error. Double-sided error. In case of double-sided error, the simple rule you will have to keep in mind that first you will have to write down the correct entry. What should have been passed? Number 2, wrong entry. What has been passed? And number 3, rectification entry. Rectification entry. What should be? In 3 steps, if you work out your rectification entry, how to pass, then you can do the right thing. For example, the transactions I am not writing. Suppose purchased a plant for rupees 10,000 wrongly passed to the purchase account. Purchased a plant, correct entry what will be? Plant account, debit to cash account. This is right, this is right. What has been done? Plant is purchased, but it has been passed through the purchase account. Therefore, purchase account has been debited. Purchase account debit to cash account. This is wrong, this is right. And if you eliminate this wrong, then purchase account will be credited and plant account should be debited. That is plant account debit to purchase account. This should be the correct entry. Clear? Another example I am giving. Suppose sold goods to Mr. B for rupees 5,000 not recorded in the books at all. Sold goods to Mr. B. Then correct entry, again correct entry what will be? If you sell goods to Mr. B account will be debited to sales account. But here this has not been recorded in the books at all. That is, it is a case of error of omission. The entry has not been recorded at all. This means it has been omitted totally. Therefore, wrong entry was not passed at all. Then what should be the rectification entry? Rectification entry will be this one only. This one only will be the rectification entry. Mr. B account debit to sales account. This should be the rectification entry because this was totally omitted to be recorded in the books of account, and it is very simple. Another example I am giving. Suppose paid salary to Mr. A rupees 1,000 wrongly recorded as rupees 100 in the books of account. Paid salary, first correct entry what will be? Salary, if you pay, salary account debit to cash account. Salary was paid how much? Rupees 1,000. Therefore 1,000 should be written. But wrong entry what has been done? It has been written as 100. Therefore salary account debit, it has been 100 to cash account, it also has been 100. This is the mistake. Here there is the mistake we have done. Therefore 900 rupees is short here, and rectification entry what should be? Again you have to write down salary account debit 900 to cash account also credit 900. This is another kind of mistake we can get in the books of accounts. Now it is very clear, before preparation of trial balance, in case of single-sided error without suspense account, we will have to pass the rectification entry. How? That what account will be debited or what account will be credited, and what will be the effect of amount in that transaction. And secondly, under double-sided error, we will have to follow the 3-step method. That correct entry what would be, wrong entry what has been passed, and rectification entry what entry, rectification entry should be passed. Now in case of stage 2, after preparation of trial balance, Now you understand that this is the second stage here after preparation of trial balance, but before preparation of final account. Here, since the trial balance is already prepared, suspense account has come into the picture of the trial balance if the trial balance does not agree both sides. Therefore, in case of single-sided error, we will have to rectify the errors to pass the suitable journal entry with the help of suspense account. For example, again, the first example what you had given, that sales account was short by rupees 1000. If sales account is short, then sales account should be credited by rupees 1000. And what account will be debited? Suspense account will be debited here 1000. This is the number one example. Second example I had given, sold goods to Mr. X for rupees 500. Wrongly, Mr. X account was credited by rupees 50. If goods are sold to Mr. X for rupees 500 and by mistake it has been written as 50 on the credit side also, then Mr. X account will be debited by rupees 500 plus 50, that is 550, and suspense account will be credited 550. Clear? Then here suspense account is coming as it is after preparation of trial balance. And another example I had given, return inward book was recorded rupees 1000 in place of rupees 1500. Here again return inward account debit is 500 to suspense account rupees 500. That is, return inward account's nature of balance since debit, it will be debited again because 500 was written short, therefore return inward account debit to suspense account. Since the trial balance is already prepared, it should be rectified with the help of suspense account. Now, in case of double-sided error, in case of double-sided error, here the student should keep in mind that before preparation of trial balance, the three-step method what has been followed, the same rules you have to follow in case of after preparation of trial balance. That is, you have to pass first one correct entry, second one wrong entry, and third one rectification entry, and the answer also will be same. Now I am going to third stage. That is after preparation of final account. After preparation of final account. Since final account is already prepared, if there is any mistake in the nominal account, the profit or loss in the trading and PL account will show wrong. Therefore, the only difference is that the nominal account should be replaced by PL adjustment account. Otherwise, the rule will be same as after preparation of trial balance. In case of after preparation of trial balance, in case of single-sided error, if you follow the examples we had given, that sales account was short by rupees 1000. There we wrote that sales account again will be credited and suspense account was debited by rupees 1000. Here sales account is a nominal account. Here it will have to replaced by PL adjustment account. Otherwise, it will be same as before. Second one, sold goods to Mr. X rupees 500 wrongly. Mr. X account was credited by rupees 50. Answer was Mr. X account debit to suspense account 550. 550. It will be same because Mr. X is a personal account, no change is required, and in case of nominal account only, like sales account, we should replace PL adjustment account. And the third one was return inward account debit, return inward account debit to suspense account. Suspense account. It was 500 rupees. Since return inward is a nominal account, it should be replaced as PL adjustment account. Only this difference will have to follow. And in case of double-sided error, again, in case of double-sided error, same answer will be after preparation of trial balance, but the nominal accounts will be replaced by PL adjustment account. Like it was number 1 example, that suspense account, plant account debit to purchase account. Number 1 was plant account debit to purchase account. Here purchase account should be replaced as PL adjustment account. Second answer was that Mr. B account debit to sales account. Mr. B account debit 5,000 to sales account 5,000. The sales account will be replaced by PL adjustment account. And the third one was salary account debit to cash account. It was 900 rupees. Answer will be same, but salary account will be replaced by PL adjustment account. Now I am making it short that errors should be rectified into 3 stages: stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3. In case of stage 1, it is before preparation of trial balance. Since trial balance has not been prepared, the question of suspense account does not arise. In case of single-sided error, there we should write a sentence to rectify the error. And secondly, under double-sided error, we should follow the 3-step method, that what should be passed, that is the correct entry, and what was passed, that is the wrong entry, and what should have been passed, that is the rectification entry. In 3 steps, if we divide the entries, then ultimately we can get the correct entry, that is rectification entry. And after preparation of trial balance, in case of single-sided error, with the help of suspense account we will rectify the error, and otherwise result will be same as before preparation of trial balance under double-sided error. And under stage 3, that is after preparation of final account, only the difference is that other than the in case of after preparation of trial balance, the same rule you should follow here also. Only the difference is that nominal account will be replaced by PL adjustment account. Thank you.